Today we were out in Terragona, Spain, checking out the new Kia EV4. Wait, over here. We're not getting that one over here. We're getting this one, the sedan. This is the all-new 2026 Kia EV4. Let's take a first look. That's right, this is the first all-electric sedan from Kia riding on the E-GMP platform, but unlike the existing E-GMP cars we have in the US, this one is a 400-volt system, meaning it's not going to charge quite as fast, but you are going to go from 10 to 80% on the standard battery in about 29 minutes and 31 minutes on the longer range battery. Now, both models are going to be front-wheel drive only, unlike the other existing cars in the Kia lineup that are electric. This is front-wheel drive only. There may be a GT model coming at a later date with dual motor all-wheel drive, but we don't know for sure just yet. Because this is a sedan, let's check out what the trunk room looks like. They're quoting roughly 17 cubic feet of space back here. I will say the opening is a little bit narrow and there is a lot of space taken up by the goose hinges, but I like that they are covered and not out in the open. But 17 cubic feet is pretty massive for a smaller sedan like this. So if you're worried about, taking things on road trips with you, you will still be able to fit stuff in here, just not super tall items. In regards to the back seat, there is plenty of space for me at 5'9". Look at how much legroom I have here. There is so much room. The foot space under the front seat's a little tight, but because I have all this space, it's not really an issue. I like that we have these hard mat pockets back here in the seat backs, USB-C ports. I can actually adjust this passenger seat from back here. That is something you see on more expensive Kia, Hyundai, and Genesis models. Love to see that here. The excessive use of recycled materials means we have these really interesting textures and fabrics on the door and on the seats. I love this sort of granite, almost plastic trim right here with the light blue accent. It's just a really interesting color design that we don't normally see from electric Kia models. They're usually darker and more subdued in the color palette. This is a nice, refreshing take on the Kia modern interior. Same goes for the front seat. These seats are super comfortable. They're plush enough, they're not too firm, but I do have plenty of bolstering. I love the steering wheel. The two-spoke look is very retro and modern with the offset Kia logo that they've been doing. And again, just the color and trim and materials in here are really quite impressive. So if you're getting out of something like a Tesla Model 3, you're going to be way more impressed with what you see here on this compared to really any version of any Model 3. In terms of the tech in here, it's very standard for modern Kia. 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, 5.3-inch touchscreen for your HVAC controls, and the 12.3-inch touchscreen for all the other infotainment system features. In terms of this interior, I give it 2 thumbs up. I'm really impressed with what they've done here. And right behind me here is the GT line trim in this beautiful blue matte paint. I really like the wheels they've got going on. They've got this directional design to them, something Kia is well known for, especially in their EVs. And one interesting design element that I didn't mention earlier is this sort of spoiler situation going on right here. It actually makes the roofline drop down a little bit, giving you that extra headroom back here like I showed you earlier. But it's a unique look, I will say. It's definitely not for everybody, but I think it's pretty unique and pretty cool, so I have no problem with it, but let me know in the comments what you think of that design choice. And on the inside, you can tell it's a little bit sportier. In here, we have that GT line steering wheel you'll find on the new K4 and some other models. We've got the black and white leatherette seating with the mesh headrests. I love these headrests. And yeah, this just looks like a sportier interpretation of the interior we just looked at, which is not a bad thing at all. We also have a standard size sunroof available, which is nice. And if you're wondering about powertrains, there are 2 versions available of the EV4, a standard battery and a large battery. They both put out 201 horsepower to the front wheels. There is no dual motor model yet, but like I said earlier, a GT is probably coming at some point. We'll have to wait and see. That would be a very interesting alternative to a Tesla Model 3 performance. Since we are here for Kia's annual EV Day event, it is worth pointing out that we are also here to see a couple of other models. Over there, we've got the Kia EV2 concept, or Concept EV2, and over there we have the PV5, which is part of their PBV commercial van lineup. This is the first model to come out. It is on the E-GMP platform, a service iteration of that platform. We don't know for sure if that's coming to the US, but if it does, it will likely have some internal combustion engines, so keep that in mind if you are considering that as a competitor to something like an ID Buzz. But back to the EV4, my final thoughts are I'm really impressed with the design. Yeah, the looks might not be for everybody, but they are to me. So I'm really impressed with the package. I hope the price turns out to be under $40,000 like we are hoping it will be, because that would put this squarely in line with the cheapest Tesla Model 3. And honestly, I think this is going to be a much more interesting value proposition than that car. But again, let me know what you think in the comments below. Would you take this over that Tesla, or would you get something completely different that's not a sedan?